I don't know if you have like your stages like set, but I just keep it on random.
Absolutely. Yep. I keep it on random. It'll just cycle through the stages. Speaking
Hey,
of
look,
Lilac. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that was nice big right. Ooh, good. That was a good adjustment. Ooh, stuff me.
I wasn't expecting that.
Almost got me.
I didn't know you were gonna throw
Yeah,
that out.
that's just a Wi-Fi thing. I was like, will he react to it? I don't know. It'd be kind of hard from that spacing. It would be kind of hard to react.
I was gonna go for the side B.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I think I just threw it out like a little too late. I was like kind of hesitant because I didn't know what exactly you were gonna do. So.
I did 2 high recoveries that first game, and you adapted to it really well. Like, I smacked you up with my up B high the first time, and when I tried to do it again, you dashed back and F smashed me, so that was good.
Yeah, I just reacted to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't have a jump.
Nice. Ooh, it's close. I got greedy. Should have just downbeat.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just caught you being aggressive there.
Yeah,
which
usual.
it's hard to fight that urge. Like, you want to jump on stage with the aerial downbeat, but Ideally, in that situation,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a
Go for
50-50 for you. It's like worse than that. It's like it's a really high risk or high reward play. Whereas if you just grab the ledge, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
So I'm noticing some things in terms of combo optimization. I noticed how at 0 you're doing the cargo up throw up air, which is fine because if people don't know what to do next, they will get juggled by up airs continuously.
Yeah.
However, if they do know what to do next, you just want to make sure that you're following them, and you did a really good job of that the first stock, I would say. Like you were really juggling me, and it was really hard for me to land. But I'll just try to keep in mind, based on percents, what we want to do in the cargo combos and what I recommend. Nice. Yeah, so I don't know if they're misinputs, but we definitely want to cut out the fairs from ledge, only because it's so committal. Like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to easily react to it, and I'm going to be able to punish you for it, so I'm kind of running away on reaction to you doing the fair, and then I'm, like, back airing you for it. Nice. That's quick.
I thought that was going to be a little risky right there, the up tilt.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to be able to shield that.
Oh no, you caught my dash in there. Yeah, that was good.
I got you. I saved you there.
Thanks. Yeah, so those,
I
yeah.
know, I just love it so much, dude. I can't.
I'm telling you right now, it's no good. It's no good. We can't have those. It's a mix up, but yeah. Similar to the down B from ledge, it's really not going to get you any mileage. Like, see, I just did a down B from ledge there, and I got punished for it. It's just, it's too committal. Stick to your safe, just standard get up options. We don't want to.
Oh no.
Oh, you want to go for the PDKO.
Yeah, I don't know if it would have killed.
Too many aggro options from ledge so far, from what I'm seeing. Either jumping onto the stage with a fair or down B, or getting up and then immediately attacking. So, easy way to battle that urge is just to be more defensive. So when you're getting up, focus more on reacting to what I'm doing, because your goal is to try to get to center. Like, I'm not always gonna run right back at you once I give you all that space. I'll do that once I read a ledge get up and I want to grab you, but until I start conditioning that, I'm not gonna go ahead and try to run and dash attack or grab you. So you want to get up and be a little bit more passive when you're getting up until you recover your position a little bit better. Yeah. Oops. Good chase. Nice. Yeah, that was better. You didn't commit, so you were able to avoid my hitbox that time. Nice. So yeah, next I want you to I want you to mix up from ledge a little bit more. You've been rolling a lot, and that is gonna get punished because DK's roll from ledge is kind of not like a thing. It's a hard commitment to get around something. So yeah, in general, ledge jump is gonna be really nice for DK because it's. Oof.
should have waited on the recovery.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna kill.
Ooh, anti-air my punch.
Oh, I didn't expect that to extend.
That was good.
Should have just went for the grab.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, now next thing I'm noticing, and you are making slight adjustments as I'm saying stuff, which is good. Next thing I'm noticing is that even when you're recovering, you're still extending DK's hurt boxes a lot by throwing out moves like back air. So the first back air is okay to make me think that you're gonna do another one, but like if your back air is gonna extend onto the stage and you still haven't grabbed ledge or gotten to a safe position, you're in danger of getting hit or getting spiked. So yeah, you want to make sure you snap ledge before starting to be aggressive. So yeah, I'm just catching you extending your limbs a little bit above the stage. So like right there, you were in a position to grab ledge, but you threw out another hitbox, which reversed the situation and allowed me to hit you.
I missed a cut. I think that's still bad, but...
Oops. Good reaction. Oh wow.
Oh, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just catching on to, I think you're in neutral. Again, it might just be an aggression thing. I think you're 90% right now aggression and 10% like neutral. So you want to play a little bit more patient in neutral. Like try to bait something out for me first before, because your advantage state is great. Like you're not letting me land once you start getting the hit and you get me above you. But you don't always want to be swinging in neutral like that, because especially in a ditto like this, the way that DK wins the ditto is he waits for his opponent to swing first, and then he punishes.
I remember a comment you made back in Brawl, like whoever back aired first as DK would lose.
Right, and that's mostly because of in most dittos it's like that, but especially because of the hurt box extension that DK has.
Right.
Yeah. And also in neutral, I would suggest rather than the nairs and the forward airs and stuff, more back airs, like spaced back airs. That way, and not always moving forward with them either. Like sometimes move backwards and then C-stick like this. Keep yourself completely safe so that if you hit someone or hit someone's shield, that you're retreating with the back air. Because if you're always moving forward, it's going to be easier for people to deal with it. Because all they have to do now is just shield and then punish you with a jump aerial out of shield. But if you perfectly space it, now all of a sudden you're too far away. So, yeah. Mix up the spacing and also make sure you're using back air more. The 50-50, main 50-50 that DK has is like, am I gonna dash attack? Am I gonna dash grab? Or am I gonna back air? Or am I gonna dash grab? Like, back air condition shield so that you can get grabs in. Same thing with dash attack, condition shield, so that now you can mix up and get the grabs in. But I also want to see you using down B more, especially in a matchup where we're getting so much mileage on the ground off of dash attack combo starter and grab combo starter. So you want to be able to space with this move more, and that's going to help you stay defensive. You're going to want to make sure that you're using this for tech chases and catching landings. Of course, if you can catch a landing with dash attack, then great. But like in neutral, if you want to tack on some damage so that your dash attacks start actually doing something, because if you dash attack someone at 0, chances are you're not going to be able to combo them very well. So you want to get like a single hit, which if this is well spaced, it does 17 damage. Boom. Now they're at the perfect percent. Now if you hit a dash attack, you're going to get a meaty combo off of it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I like your patience with the jump there, except I guess your jump just disappeared.
I didn't realize I used it.
Yeah, I guess it just disappeared there. So, ooh, I messed up. At the low percents, when I get a grab, I like to do jump, double jump, nair, rather than up air. But that's just to keep that's just like a playstyle thing. I like to do it to keep my up airs fresh, in case when I do want to go for the PDKO, it's like more fresh, so I can do it. Yeah. I would, again, advise against the roll if you can. At that percent where you downbeat me, your optimal follow-up is up smash. Because I'm at a high enough percent where the up smash will kill me.
Yeah.
The up air will always work, but you just want to be aware that if they're bouncing close to you and they're over like 100, 110, that the up smash is going to be optimal. Because we save it, we don't use it much for anything, but we get good KOs off of it, so. And you're getting those down Bs a lot, I noticed, so. Just keep an eye on the percent. Nice. Good, that was good. Yeah, good patience. I feel like normally you would have rushed into that, but you waited.
Accidentally, I was going to, but what happened was I lost my, for some reason I dropped, like, moving forward, I guess, like the control stick, it flipped off my thumb.
Right.
So I actually got lucky there. Well, I was ready to shield though, so.
Yeah, no, you were definitely like, if you decided to dash in a little bit more, you would have got punished there.
Yeah, it was unintentional that I let go.
So yeah, something we can talk about in terms of combo optimization. It will take practice, but again, talking about the cargo up throw up airs. I don't know if you noticed, I did it to you once, but if you grab someone and they're between like 10 and 20%, especially if they're like a heavyweight, they probably have to be. It's like 10 and 20% for normal characters, and like 15 to like 30% for heavier characters. You want to do cargo up throw into dash forward, jump, double jump, back air, and that's actually guaranteed, and that's optimal. Instead of getting just one up air, you can get 2 guaranteed back airs, but it only works from, like I said, like 10 to 20 on normal characters, depending on their weight, 15 to like 30% on heavier characters. So it takes a lot of technical execution. It will take practice, but basically what it is you're doing a dash, and as soon as you get your dash momentum, you're jumping like immediately. So like when you dash, you get that full momentum if you jump, and that's your first jump. Your double jump is gonna be immediately backwards. So that's a little bit hard to do if you're using one button for jump. Do you have a trigger button for jump at all?
No, I use X.
Okay, that's fine. So you'll be fine with X, because what you can do, I use Y for jump. So you can do dash forward jump, and then back and jump. That's the first 2 steps. So dash forward jump, double jump backwards, and then with that double jump backwards, you're doing back air. So it's kind of like a 3-step process. So you get used to the instant dash jump, and then instant dash jump, double jump immediately, and then DI backwards with that double jump, and then back air. So if you do it right, it's going to be an instant short hop, instant double jump, back air. You don't want to get too much height off of it. You want to stay like kind of low with it. So and that's how you can get him confirmed. If you jump too high, you'll whiff the back air over them, and then you won't get anything. So that's why it's like quote unquote risk reward, because it's a lot of technical execution that you have to do. But I guarantee you, if you practice that just in training mode with stale moves on, to make sure that, you know, everything stales and is fresh and everything, then you'll get good at that. And that's percent specific stuff. It's like, oh, I got the grab. And now what's great about it too is if you get back air, especially if you get it on someone like Snake, now he's off stage and now he's recovering, and now you can probably body him. So it's not only optimal damage wise, but it's optimal position wise too.
I also feel like, wouldn't that combo bring them like kind of like close enough to the like? Wouldn't that bring them like right around in this area?
Yes. So
you can like follow up with like Nair, like if it's kind of like a tech chase, I guess, if they don't attack it.
Because afterwards, if you get the dash forward jump, double jump, back air, you're actually already on a platform now. You can actually keep the back airs going. Because you get your jump back, you're at a higher elevation, you just hit 2 back airs. It's not going to be true, it's going to be a string after that. But like, if you can get another back air on them, they're in trouble. Because now you have a stale back air that will combo better, and you have your double jump back, so you can do like 4 back airs into an up B. So yeah, it's really good on the stages with platforms. I've also done it on Town and City, where you just have to get used to it. You have to practice it, but I highly recommend learning that. And in terms of combo optimization, it's probably the most important thing that you can learn, is learning the percents to go for that. And also, like I said, it's okay juggling for up air, but if you start to see that you're getting a lot of grabs in some matchups and you want to get consistent PDKO kills, you want to make sure that when you're getting grabs at like 30-40%, that you're doing cargo up throw, jump double jump back air instead of up air. That way you keep, or you could do Nair too, but I like to use the back air just because it pushes them off the stage and keeps your up air fresh. Right. Yeah. Again, all that kind of comes down to matchup, comes down to how you want to juggle them. There are some cases like where versus Robin, I've found if you're, for whatever reason, fighting a Robin on Battlefield, which is like a terrifying experience, but if you are, it's actually better to do aerial cargo up throw up air, because obviously you can do the grounded into jump double jump up air, but if you do the aerial one, now when you up air them, you're landing on a platform, and now they have really, really bad airspeed, so they're not going to be able to get away from you. So if you're looking to juggle someone like Samus or Robin, someone with bad airspeed, you want to do aerial cargo up throw up air combo, and now you can chase after them and up air, nair, back air, and they won't be able to get away from it. So that all of this relies on having the platforms available to you, and I would just take the character in mind. Like, do they have bad airspeed? Do I want to push them off the stage? Do they have a bad recovery? Then do aerial cargo back throws, back airs rather. So you can kind of, you know, get an idea. And obviously we don't have to play this match out because there's only 2 minutes left, but I just wanted to talk about it. The combo optimization, it depends on percent, but it also depends on stage, depends on character and their airspeed. So keep all of that in mind, and you'll kind of get a feel for like, okay, this is the move I should be using to juggle this character. Or there is no PDKO window in this matchup. Let me just up air my face off because I'm never going to get a grab kill into an up air anyway. So, but yeah. That's mostly combo optimization stuff. Yeah, we'll try to talk a little bit more about edge guarding as we continue playing. So that was off a cargo up throw nair. That's not stuff you can normally do. I like the nair on this stage because it puts them on the platform. And it puts you into like a tech chase situation. And you'll notice a lot of the time when I'm doing back airs really quickly in neutral, I don't know if you use it at all, but what I'm doing is I'm attack canceling. So that's something we can talk about. If you don't have that set up into your controls yet and you haven't been using it, I highly, highly, highly recommend after this match, we should change your controls for you to try it out and see how easy it is and how amazing it is as a movement option and as a burst option in neutral. To be able to be facing forward and then be able to immediately back air someone for reading their jump. Normally you'd have to turn around and then do it. And then it requires like a little bit more execution and it's slower. But if you attack cancel, you can do it instantly. And it's very, very useful, I would say, for DK. Nice. Oh, that was good. I was just gonna let it fly there.
Jump on the platform.
So notice how long I'm waiting on the ledge. I'm waiting for you to make a commitment. That way, if you're on the ledge and you act first, you're at a big disadvantage. If you react to what your opponent's trying to do to hit you, then
You let that?
I don't know how. I think maybe you just didn't jump far enough. That should have definitely killed me. Yeah, but when you're on ledge, I've noticed in the disadvantage state on the ledge, you're definitely getting up a little bit too early. So it's letting me get you with some stuff. Like, it's not even that like you're not mixing up your options from ledge, because I'd say you were. In that situation, that was the first time you did a ledge get up, like, ever. But because the timing of what you're pressing from the ledge is the same every time, it's easier for me to anticipate things. So if you're on ledge and you're like, you wait like a split second and then do something, like, it's much easier for me to cover your options rather than if you wait like 1 or 2 seconds. Now it's like, okay, what is he doing? Do I have to read something? Should I wait and react to what he does? If you can bait someone into trying to counteract an option that you didn't choose yet, you can then choose the option that beats that option. So if I do something over committal, like I do run off stage, jump back on the stage with Nair, which covers if you wait on ledge, if you do ledge get up, if you do ledge jump. 3 options, and the options that beat that or get away from it are get up attack, and roll. So that just keep in mind, if you decided to commit to an action right away and you did your ledge get up or you did your ledge jump, you're gonna get clipped by my Nair because you were already buffering the action as quickly as possible. Right. So that's why waiting on ledge is probably the most important thing you can do with DK. Because it just opens up. He kind of has to, because let's be honest, he's not great from the ledge. He's getting.
No, he's probably like one of the worst characters.
Bottom 3 on the ledge. We'll just say that so that we don't have to say he's the worst. But yeah, so if you wait on the ledge a little bit longer, definitely gonna help you out. And again, I forgot about the attack cancel thing, but I really think that we should mess around with that. If you're any sort of good with technical inputs like B reverses and stuff like that, I think you'll pick it up pretty quickly. Good. Alright, so you reacted to that now, or you adapted to it. I was doing jump back down Bs to beat your ledge get up options.
Oh, I didn't grab the ledge.
Oh.
Ah.
That was very close to hitting me. Very close.
Yeah, too early, or too late, I think.
Yep, I caught you aggressively running toward ledge again. So.
Well, I try to shield that, and it wouldn't let me.
Right. Actually, if you do shield that, especially if you're a big character, it will always shield poke you because it has bonus damage when it's hitting a shield. So, especially versus the big characters like Bowser, DK, DDD. That has a situational usage where that will work. Down smash hits a little bit low under platforms, under ledges. Okay, so let's. Something else I want to point out is when you get a grab at percents where you're pretty much only gonna get up air or forward air. So you have to just be aware of the percents. It's kind of like 40 through like 55% or so. And again, I just want to recommend that let's talk about your control scheme. So that way
I can change it.
Yeah, what do you have right now?
So I mean, I have basically everything set to default except I don't have tap jump on.
Okay.
And I have
I approve.
I have grab set to Y.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like hitting the Z button.
Okay. Yeah, same. So do you use the Z button for anything?
No, nothing.
Perfect. So I want you to set Z to jump, and this is going to be mind-blowing if you haven't tried it before, because I don't like using Z either, and I use the opposite for my Y and X. I use Y for jump and X for grab. So you use X for jump, Y for grab, same thing. That's going to work perfectly fine for you.
All right.
What I also recommend is changing your L to jump if you don't use it for anything. Do you use it for shield?
I do. Yeah, I shield.
Okay. Do you use your R for anything?
Yeah, I mean, I do, but I mean, I could just change.
Do you like randomly choose between L and R to shield?
No, my R is set to special. I had it set to special since Brawl.
All right, that's totally fine then. We don't need to give you.
Like when I played Link, it allowed me to like triple jump arrow, like things like that.
If you're still used to using that, then that's totally fine. But if you don't use it for DK at all, again, I would recommend one of your shoulder buttons to be shield, one of them to be jump, as well as the Z to be jump. And I'm going to explain and show you why. And this is going to help optimize a lot of follow-ups for you, combos, being able to drift with full DI, with jump, double jump, up airs, and like chase after people better. That's what the L trigger or R trigger jump will allow you to do. Again, if this messes up your gameplay at all right now, I apologize, but it's R special. I feel like you're not really going to be using with DK that much.
Yeah, I really don't.
And then Z, you weren't using anyway. So these are like going to be kind of new buttons for your DK.
Okay.
Tap jump off is recommended.
I remember when this thing was like first, like the attack cancel. I remember when it was like first discovered. I was messing around with it a bit, but it was just weird. Like, cause it was like discovered, but it wasn't really like explored at all.
Right.
Like I that much, so I was just like, whatever. I'll just like jump back there with the C stick.
Except the DK Discord really looked into it, and we really made it work. Like, it combos into, it allows us to consistently and effortlessly combo from dash attack into back air at those juicy percents, and that's how we get dash attack, back air, back air, back air, back air. Really, only the first two are guaranteed in the correct percents, but yeah, it's really, really, really good. So I definitely want to just have you play around with it a little bit. Okay. And again, it's on different buttons, so we can mess around with it a little bit, see how you feel with it. And the other reason I think is that you probably had a hard time doing it consistently, but now I'll be able to show you how to do it consistently, and that's what the Z jump is for. Okay. So we're still on a 3-stock match here, but we're not really going to try to hit each other. We're just going to try to survive and just mess around with this. Hopefully we're on a decent stage to test it out. Yes, this is perfect. Okay. So we change your Z to jump, and we change your... did you change your R to jump as well?
Yeah,
okay.
They both changed.
Okay. So what that allows you to do... Basically, let's look at the attack cancel first. So what it is you can start off doing it by walking forward, and then you're going to jump, and then within 2 frames, and you can jump with Z in this case. The reason being, it's much easier if you were to try to press X to jump and then quickly flick your thumb to the C stick within 2 frames. That's wildly inconsistent for you to be able to do that, unless you were clawing. If you're clawing, then more power to you, you know, but you don't need to claw to do this. So that's why you can keep your hand in the normal position and keep your pointer finger on Z, if that's how you hold your controller, and your thumb on the C stick. So you're walking, and what you're gonna do while walking is you're going to... Okay, actually the order I said was backwards. You're going to C-stick backwards, and then within 2 frames, press Z. And it's going to be much easier to do this. Yeah, and that you're going to get some misinputs. It's totally fine. So the reason we're doing it with walking first, let's do step 1. You're doing walking into C-stick backwards. Oh, there's one other thing that I need you to change. And this is a big change that you won't be used to.
Tilt stick?
Yes, you're going to want C-stick attack. It is so optimal for DK, and it's going to optimize your movement.
I hate it so much.
I'm going to show you another reason why. This is a running F-tilt with the C-stick, which is like, you know, a normal just running F-tilt. Notice how I stop, though. See how DK stops, and I'm like not going past. I'm going to like try to do the F-tilt right at the edge of this platform here. And, like, look how far I go. I'm just like stopping, right? But if I do a running pivot and then do... If I do a running pivot and then do the F-tilt with attack stick on, DK slides and it gives his forward tilt more range. So the difference here again. I'll try to demonstrate it underneath the center of the platform. So I'm gonna stop and do a forward tilt at the center of the platform. Like right here. And now I'm gonna do a sliding one. Yeah, like the slide, it doesn't seem like much, but if you get someone with like a forward tilt, normally you can't reach them in time to hit them again, but you can do a running sliding F-tilt and it comes out fast enough and outranges everything else, and it's quick enough for you to get them as they either tech in place or miss the tech. So that allows you to go F-tilt, run, slide, F-tilt, and now you push them off the stage. So that alone is good, but also the attack stick allows you to do things like running up tilt consistently, as well as running slide turnaround up tilt consistently. Also, you'll be able to do running down tilt. You'll be able to do running buffered down tilt, which you could do normally without attack stick, but I believe all of these things become easier for you. That's going to be a big change that I don't think we need to change that for you right now, but because I believe you can still attack cancel with smash stick. So let's just try to mess around with it right now. So right now when you're walking and you press C stick back, it's going to forward smash behind you, right?
Yeah.
Thing is that if you whiff the attack cancel with C-stick smash on, you're going to forward smash in the wrong direction. Whereas if you had C-stick attack on and you whiff it, you're going to forward tilt in the wrong direction, which has much less cooldown. So it causes a much bigger whiff if you do it wrong. But again, so what we're going to do is walk forward and then C-stick backwards first without the jump. And you're going to get F smashes doing this. That's fine. So you're going to do walk forward, C-stick behind you. That's what I want you to do first. Perfect. I want you to keep doing that. Get used to that. Next, I want you to press Z immediately, like within 2 frames. Not at the same time as pressing the C-stick, but like almost right after pressing the C-stick. And now this is the problem.
Okay, so
I don't know if attack canceling works if you don't have C-stick set to attack.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and that's why...
I'm like, oh wait, maybe I think I just did it.
Yeah. The problem is, though, is that forward smash just has that much more cooldown and startup and everything. So that's why I recommend you switching over. I know it's a huge change to make, but I think you should try it. It's going to affect the way you're playing for the rest of the session because you're not going to be used to it. But the thing is, if you think about it, all of DK's tilts have more utility than his smashes. You're going to be using his tilts almost always compared to smashes. You're going to be using only for hard punishes. So,
yeah.
And that's something that's going to allow you to just move. It's going to allow you to have more burst options and having immediate back air. It's going to allow you to do the sliding F tilts, which you are not able to do right now. And
I can, well, not with the momentum, but I can like run forward.
Yeah, no. That's and there's no problem with being able to do that. But the sliding F tilt has so much more utility because most times when you F-tilt somebody, they get completely out of range to the point where if you did a running stop F-tilt, you would whiff. But if you could do a running slide F-tilt, you'll hit them for bouncing on the ground or teching in place. It covers both of those. And it's really good. And also, when you have C6 set to attack, you can run and hold down C, and it will do a down tilt as soon as possible. It will buffer it. You're taking advantage of hold buffering. So dash hold down C, because dash down C doesn't do dash attacks anymore in this game. It does down tilt. Dash forward C gives you instant dash attack in this game. Kind of different in Smash Ultimate compared to Smash 4 and Brawl, but yeah, the run buffer down tilt out of a dash is also incredibly useful, because it allows you to get that frame perfect run up jab lock that you wouldn't be able to do normally out of a dash consistently, because you would have to run up, point your stick down, and then press A, which requires that, you know, you come to a stop. Otherwise, you'll probably end up inputting a dash attack. Okay, so now that we've completely foiled your control scheme, and it's not going to feel comfortable to you at all, but now you can do walk up, C-stick backwards. So again, learning something like this has to be done one step at a time. So I don't want you to jump into the actual attack cancel inputs yet. I want us to start from the basics. So we're going to walk up and then forward tilt behind you first. Yes. Next, that same input, after the F tilt behind you, you're going to try to press Z as fast as you can. But don't press them both at the same time. So you're going to, and while you're doing this, you're going to stay holding forward. You're going to continue walking and not let go.
Oh, okay, that's what I was doing wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, but wait, after, so, like in this instance, like when I do the first back air, do I have to do the back air in the opposite direction the second time?
So this is what's happening. These are my inputs. I'm holding forward. I'm C-sticking back. I'm pressing Z. So what that's doing is my forward tilt's coming out, but it's being canceled by my jump. So the forward tilt, all it does is turn DK around, and now he jumps, and his forward tilt turns into a back air, right? So then after that, what I'm doing is I'm continuing to hold forward, and then I'm pressing A for the second back air. And that gives you instant double jump, short hop, perfectly buffered double short hop back airs while moving forward. And you'll never mess it up, because the attack canceling it's buffered. It's a perfectly rising short hop back air. And then you just continue holding forward and press A for the second back air. So I saw your first back air. So now to get your second back air, you're pressing A. You're not pressing the C stick. So it's walk forward, back C stick Z, continue holding forward A. It looks like you just got it there. Yeah. It takes practice, and I recommend doing it back and forth. And then when you get really good and you want to be really technical with it, when you get good out of doing it out of a walk, you can also do it out of a foxtrot. So DK's foxtrot is actually faster than his full dash. So you could do run into raw or back air, which, don't get me wrong, the reverse aerial rush still has its uses because it allows you to do full jumps as compared to short hops. Attack canceling only allows you to short hop. So that's the limitation that it has. But it's going to allow you to get explosive burst options like, oh, I think you're going to jump in neutral. Back air. Like instant turnaround back air. Something that you wouldn't normally be able to do that quickly and keep forward momentum. Read a jump, back air. Yeah. You can also do this attack cancel out of foxtrots. So you could just tap forward, and at any time at the beginning of your foxtrot, you can do an attack cancel.
Have you, I'm thinking, have you messed around, because like at lower percent, like Nair, like can combo into grab, kind of. Like, have you messed around with back air Nair into grab at
back
all?
air Nair into grab?
Yeah.
At like low,
So
like low percents?
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking like if you, like, let's say you just get that first hit like at low percent.
Yes.
Like, and not like perfectly spaced, like you're basically like right here. Like, have you messed around with that? Like, I feel like the Nair was not, like, since you're at such low percent, I feel like the Nair would not have enough knockback to send you that far.
The only thing,
I feel like you'd be able to get a grab.
The only thing is that after back air, the only thing that combos is back air. If you were to neutral air, it's not true. Like, they would be able to air dodge, or, you know, they'd be able to act, or say if it's like ZSS, they'll be able to down B, like whatever their panic escape option is. So, like, it can be a good mix up. I like to do back air nair sometimes, especially off stage if someone's like trying to drop low, because you get to get an extended hitbox. But yeah, if you want to do back air nair, you probably will be better off full jumping it, because that way you can space the nair and like try to land like behind someone and like space it on their shield. But anyway, I see you're making progress with this attack cancel back air, which I'm happy about, because you're starting to get it down. So once you get practice doing it out of a walk, what you can do is start to do reps like this, where you can walk, attack cancel back air fast fall. So if you fast fall it, you can act quickly and try to do another rep of it. So you can kind of like go across the stage with it. Like get multiples like that, and then you can also do it back and forth. So you can do it this way, fast fall this way, fast fall this way. This is how you practice and get it down to muscle memory. You can literally, this looks like impossible that I'm doing it this consistently on Wi-Fi, but it's really not that hard, because it's a 2-frame window, but it's also like buffered. So once you get the consistency down with that, you'll be able to like, okay, I think they're gonna jump from ledge. They're hanging onto ledge over here. So let me close the distance really, really fast with foxtrots, and then just do a attack cancel back air to punish their ledge jump. And you won't be able to do that as fast as if you did, say this. Like if you run and then reverse aerial rush back air, you don't get over there as fast as if you foxtrot and attack cancel back air. So that's what I wanted to show you in terms of that. Yeah?
If you don't jump fast enough, are you gonna get the fair? Like if you don't press Z fast enough?
Let me see if I can do it on. Yeah, you'll get the fair if you're not pressing Z within 2 frames of pressing back C. Yes, that means you have to be faster with the Z button. And again, all of my controls, I'm gonna send a video to you afterwards of me doing all the inputs here, so you can see the timing of. You can also hear it too. It's like this is the timing of pressing the C stick to pressing Z. It's pretty quickly. It's like almost simultaneous, but not quite. It's C stick first, just barely, and then Z right after. And then once you get the walking down, again, like I think it's easier to do out of a foxtrot, because that's the way I do it out of a dash attack. I do dash attack, and then I tap forward again for the foxtrot into C stick back jump with Z. And that's how I get all my consistent dash attack back air combos. And it just lets you get that free guaranteed back air that you wouldn't normally get. And again, you shouldn't always go for back air after dash attack if they're DIing in. If they're DIing in, you want to up air, because the back air will whiff, up air will hit, and then you can get an up air juggle instead. But people are generally either not DIing totally properly against dash attack. The 2 ways that they can DI it to avoid back air, they can DI up and in, which forces you to have to either F tilt or up air, or they can DI down and away, which is optimal. And then you won't actually be able to hit them with back air at the lowest percents. But if they're at like 15, 20, you're still gonna get the guaranteed back air. So that's probably the biggest thing I can show you in terms of. It's gonna take a lot of practice though. Like just because I showed you this here now, something like this takes like a week or 2 of you actively applying it into your game, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, like I'm hitting back airs everywhere, because normally I couldn't react. If you had to react to a jump, normally you had to up air, because that's the move that best hits facing forward or neutral air. But now you're gonna be able to hit with big horizontal range in front of you with forward momentum instantly. So I really like showing that off. I know it took a little while to explain, but it's totally fine.
No, I mean, I think that helps out a lot. Like, I'm really gonna be like practicing this like right after we finish.
Yeah, dude.
And I was thinking, because you said, like, you can't hit them with the back air, like, down and, like, if they're down and away after that first hit.
At the lowest percent. So if you dash attack someone
So
at, like,
I think
10...
if you read the DI, you could probably get a 1F tilt with that.
Yeah, you can
right?
you can do that, or you can do another dash attack.
Yeah, which then would combo into the back air, right?
Yes. So a lot of the times, another thing you can do, like we were talking about at low percents, getting the down B for that extra damage, you can get the dash attack, knowing that your back air is not going to combo. But if you get a strong hit dash attack on someone at 0, or at like 5 or 10, I think it's like 10%, starting at 10. If you get a strong hit dash attack, and I forget what it is. It might be like 15 or so. If you get, okay, here's what it is. If someone's at 15% and they're a heavyweight, right? Like versus DK, strong hit dash attack, like the up close one, combos into attack cancel back air back air. But if you get the late hit when they're at 15%, it doesn't combo into back air yet, but they're gonna plop onto the ground and they're usually either gonna miss their tech or they're gonna tech in place. So what you do is you dash attack, take a step backwards, dash up, do another dash attack, and then you get your back airs after that.
Yeah, because it'll
yes, and it's perfect coverage. It's perfect coverage, especially if they're in the corner. Their only option to escape it is to tech roll in if you have them cornered. So, and that's perfectly where we want them to, because if we start hitting the dash attack back airs near ledge, you actually can 0 to death some characters that have linear recoveries, and if they mash their jump during the back airs. So you want those explosive 0 to death combos with DK, and in my opinion, you can't do them if you don't have attack cancel mastered. So that's why I wanted to just show you that. It's probably the best, most important thing for combo optimization. Of course, now that you're playing with C-stick attack, that's going to be a big adjustment. But really, it doesn't matter much for aerials. It's the same stuff. It's just when you're doing hard punishes, make sure that you're pressing forward in A, or down in A, or up in A. That does take a while to adjust to, I will admit, if you have been using C-stick, especially if you're doing things like falling down B, run up smash. You'll have to do it with the A button, and that gets a little hard. But luckily, DK's down smash doesn't exist in this game, so you don't have to worry about pressing down C. It's like really nothing.
Oh, it's like, yeah, I think
it never kills. It's not a good move, yeah. So it has some uses, but we could talk about the uses that it has, but yeah. Yeah, your C-stick is going to work perfectly fine for aerials in the air. You won't have to worry about that. You might be getting more tilts here and there on the ground, but you know what? It's going to work out better for you, because the tilts are better than his smashes anyway. Ooh, did I kill myself? Yes. Edgeguarding. So, I had a good horizontal position there with that platform, so I knew that if I did an early back air and caught you with the late frames, that even though it didn't hit you with the strong hit, the late frames were still going to put you in position for me to continue edgeguarding. So, back air, you don't always want to hit with the strong hit. In fact, the light hit is better at setting up edge guards because it won't put them anywhere and you'll be able to follow up better. So there's the double jump back air I was talking about, and it's set up into 3 back airs as opposed to just getting 1 up air after a cargo up throw. Ooh, got it out.
Oh, what the heck?
I don't know. That was weird. I hit you with like a
Tiny
single
little
hit.
Yeah, that's what threw me off. Like, what the heck?
Single hit up B. The only way to react to that is to mash up B, but like you don't know what's gonna happen online.
Why? I didn't expect me to like not even like grab. I didn't even grab the ledge. I thought I was at least gonna grab the ledge.
Well, that's the thing.
Have a jump.
When you take damage, you're not allowed to grab the ledge even if you're right next to it for a certain amount of frames. So you must have been right on it and then fell past it because you just took damage at the wrong time. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
So you would have had to directional air dodge up or mash up B. Either way, you're in a tough spot. Was that an attack cancel? Or
Yeah.
yeah, so there it is. You caught me off guard. That's the thing, like, you catch people sleeping with that. It becomes a burst option. We no longer have just dash attack. We have back air as a burst option in neutral. And until this game, DK never had that before. So that's, like, I think one of his craziest tools. Nice. Yeah. I caught you just swinging early there. I think either forward air or down B there would have gotten you caught by my back air, so I was just waiting for one of those. Yeah, could have up smashed me there too. But it's going to be harder now with your current controls because you're going to have to do a dash up A, which is a lot harder to execute than a dash up C. So if you can't get it right away, it's understandable. Nice. Oh, I tried to save you. Couple of things I'm noticing. You've been adjusting sometimes and holding your shield, but most times out of shield I'm seeing spot dodges. So I would recommend replacing that with jump out of shield and retreat. Specifically with something like either an up air or neutral air, or just jumping back to reset neutral. So if someone's pressuring your shield and you feel like you can't escape it and you have an option to get away, you want to get out of there. Spot dodging really doesn't do much for you because you're still in that pressure situation. If you have room to work with, what I would recommend instead is, yeah, the shield and then jump back. So like, shield, jump out of shield, retreat. Hit my shield, jump out of shield, retreat. It's just going to be infinitely better for you to get out of that pressure situation, as opposed to if you shield something and then spot dodge. If they do something that lingers or punishes spot dodges, then you're going to get hit. So that's why a lot of the times you'll see me like, oh, I got my shield hit, let me just jump, retreat, reset. Ooh, that was good. He caught me running off the stage. Oops. You want to be careful with the down B, I guess, in this matchup because DK does have super armor attacks. So if you throw it out too early, I can armor the second hit and then punish you like pretty hard. But it's very good if you're spacing it and you're catching an opponent that's running in at you. Oof.
Oh, that was F smash.
Yeah, the dash back F smash again. You'll have to do dash back, forward and A the other direction. But guess what? Dash back F tilt is a bread and butter. It's a staple for DK in this game. It's really, really good. And it's going to be way easier to do with that C stick. Ledge roll from DK is unfortunately way too reactable, and it extends his hurt box very, very far. Nice. Nice. Good edge guard. Yeah. That barely killed you, but it was optimal because you DI'd the up smash really well, but it still killed. So at that percent, you could see that that was definitely the better follow-up. It'll take some practice.
Yeah, for sure. I grabbed all that stuff like day one. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I was like legit like the only DK that was doing it because I went to Versus like the like Versus Gaming Center like that same week that the game came out, and like I was literally like shitting on everybody with like run up down B, like up smash, like up air, like everybody was just getting killed like so easily.
What takes practice?
They didn't know how to deal with it.
What takes practice, I will say, is most people will probably be getting hit by that down B and they're popping straight up, but you can actually DI the aerial down B to the side a little bit. So once people start DIing it, you have to react and dash with them, and like so you'll have to do the down B and then the run up smash. That's the one that's going to be harder now that you don't have C-stick smash. But as long as you can react to it or read the fact that they're going to DI away, you'll be able to get it still. Nice. Yeah. So I'm giving you space there. I'm like crowding the ledge, and then I'm running back because I feel like you're gonna roll. And I'm doing the down B just to cover like a lot of grounded options. But if I run back like that, I'm completely opening up this option, so you can just jump from ledge. If I crowd the ledge and then dash away, you being patient on ledge is pays off because now you can jump and I'm not in a position to punish you at all. So, yo, Soda Machine, thank you for the resub for 15 months. That was only because you fared. I want to maybe talk about a mix-up that we can do from ledge that is very, very, very unlikely that you'll use it often, but back air from ledge. So that's something that I think if you like to do aggressive options from ledge, if you want a mix-up, that's the one you should be using instead of fair, I think. That time I thought, I think for the most part you've done a good job reserving your double jump and recovering low. So I was like, alright, he's probably going to recover really low here. So I just did the belligerent. I
just thought it was weird because I was like literally like the only time that I've ever really like recovered low. And
oh, really? Because I feel like you were doing a good job of recovering.
I don't know, like I thought that was weird.
I guess I just had a feeling. I think I just had a feeling.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. Like you just know.
But yeah, I don't know how much you mess around with reverse charge canceling at all. You'll notice I do it pretty much every time I'm off stage. If my punch is not fully charged when I'm hit off the stage and I think you're gonna try to pressure me, what I'll do is I'll tap away slightly in the air and then tap B so that I start charging in the opposite direction. So like say you're facing forward, tap away, tap B. And you can cancel out of that in this game. Unfortunately, you cannot cancel out of it with anything but double jump, but that's fine because if you do it properly, you'll give yourself access to back air. So it's like, oh, you're gonna chase after me off stage? No, you're gonna eat a back air for trying to jump after me, and then I'm gonna up eat a ledge. So that's really, really good. Also, when you get good at the reverse charge cancel in the air, you can practice this from ledge. So what you do is you drop from ledge by pressing back, and then you tap B immediately, and then you jump immediately. So what it looks like all really fast is like this. Let me just do this properly. There we go. This takes a lot of practice, but is a much needed mix-up from the ledge with DK. It's also a lot easier offline. So the difference between this and landing with a ton of lag and this is that you can like push people away and get combos started from this. So actually, there, I was doing the back there a little bit too early. You want to be able to reverse charge cancel. Yeah, this is like one of the hardest techs that DK has, because if you get it wrong, you SD. So what you do is you press back to let go from ledge first, and then you press B to charge, but you have to let your stick go to neutral before you press B, otherwise you'll side B. So you tap back, let go, press B, jump, all pretty quickly in succession, but never pressing any buttons at the same time. So back, let go, B, jump. Back, let go, B, jump. And if you do it right, pressing back to let go from the ledge will also be the buffered turnaround for you to turn around and charge punch. So actually what you're doing is that you're not tapping back to let go of the ledge, you're like lightly pressing it and holding it for a little bit and then letting go. And when you get it properly...
I wasn't looking.
It's okay. When you get it, this is something that you will have to practice on your own. You probably won't get it right now, but you're on ledge, you tap lightly away from ledge, or you press lightly and then let go, and then tap B, tap jump, let yourself jump straight up into the air without holding a direction yet. Then once you get the full height from that double jump, then you drift on stage, then you back air. And the importance there is if you jump and you're drifting on stage the whole time, DK's double jump, you'll be able to see it just jumping on the stage. If you double jump while holding a direction the whole time, he doesn't get as much vertical clearance as if you just double jump and don't press anything. So I just want to show you that. If you double jump, see how DK flips and he puts his feet, he like tucks his feet in and he gets like more height. If you hold forward and double jump, you don't get as much clearance, and I'll be able to show it a little bit better here. So I'm going to be holding here. I'm doing an instant double jump, but I'm holding backward the whole time. So see how you don't get the clearance? So you want to do like this. You want to get a neutral double jump like that, because look how much higher you go. As opposed to if you jump and hold in the whole time and you're hugging the stage, you will never make it on. So it's first you're letting go from ledge, then charging, then jumping, neutral double jumping, and then after, once you get the clearance that you need, then you drift onto the stage. So this is the first thing that you should practice. Forget about the back air, just get this and try to land on the stage with it. And you won't be able to do it if you're drifting in too early. This is another one of those things that you have to break it down step by step. You don't want to be pressing, don't even touch the C stick yet, because it's going to mess you up. So you want to do tap away, tap B, and then jump. And then after the jump, once you see that DK has made his clearance high enough, then you start holding toward the stage, and then you can land on the stage. Once you get that execution down, now once you get that drift onto the stage, you hold toward the stage and press A to get the back air. So it's like a bunch of little steps, but once you practice them and get it's all muscle memory. Once you said you got it once, so it's very possible to do. It just takes some practice.
Yeah.
And it's a very super heavy mix-up. I wouldn't do this all the time, because this is better than forward air because there's less cooldown, but it's still very committal because you're doing like a attack from the ledge. So I just wanted to show you that so that you can start practicing that a little bit. But yeah, we can get back to playing. Nice. Cool. So that was another low recovery that I caught you just a little bit too far out. In order to avoid that, you would have had to mix up by recovering high. Caught you just dropping shield there, so if you just were a little bit more patient in shield, you would have been okay. Something.
Parry it.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Not worth it, I would say, because you're trying to do something like super aggressive from a defensive position. Whereas if you just blocked that, you probably could have grabbed me, unless if my spacing was perfect. But yeah, parry would have been optimal there if you were able to pull it off.
Why did that air spot dodge? I tried to do down B. I guess I was holding shield.
Yeah,
I really
that's gonna be.
was not trying to do that. I was trying to hit you with down B.
It's gonna be hold buffering and combination of hold buffering and Wi-Fi. So, I don't know how much Wi-Fi you play, but
I mean, that's really like all I play right now.
Okay.
Because you know.
Yeah, but yeah, an unfortunate thing is that if you're in the air and you're recovering from disadvantage and you're trying to do an action, but you happened to still be holding R, or some like it could have just been like an accident, misinput. But if you ever touch the R button and you hold down, it will buffer that spot dodge when you land. So that's like something to be just really cautious of because of the hold buffering in this game. It will buffer actions you don't want. Next thing I'm gonna ask, because I haven't seen you mash out of things per se, like that I felt like you maybe should have been able to in terms of like cargo forward throw killing you. How do you mash when you're getting out of berries and like cargo and stuff?
A lot of the time, like I kind of don't like. I don't know. I just feel like
you got to.
I feel like I kind of focus on the DI rather than like trying to get
and
out.
that's understandable, but there are times where you'll fight DKs that will do things that shouldn't work. Like they'll grab you at 60 and then they'll drop all the way down and then they'll cargo down throw you and kill you. Whereas if you didn't mash, you'll die. But they should never go for that because it's not real. But if you don't mash, it's real. So that's when like things like that can become scary when you fight belligerent players like that. Or when you get buried and then they start to charge their smash or whatever follow-up they're gonna do. You want to get out of barriers as fast as possible in this game so you can take advantage of DK's longevity. Otherwise, oof,
oh, what the heck? Why did it? I don't understand that. I thought you were. I don't know why I did the nair. If you waited, you would have hit me with the grab. I don't know why I wanted to press the button there. Oh god, right.
You may have tried to parry again. That's just gonna be a Wi-Fi thing. If it was offline, probably would have got the parry. Online, gonna be a lot harder for you to react to things properly with parries.
Yeah.
But just in general, I feel like if you hold shield in that situation and then just do your correct defensive option, you'll get out of danger. But yeah, that's just something that I'm catching on to. Let's see, what else can we talk about here? Out of shield options. Again, out of shield options. So instead of spot dodging when you're shielding, I would recommend nairing out of shield and retreating with it. And getting good at getting the full distance with it too. That's what's kind of hard. So you want to do like a nair and then get like the full drift with it, if possible. That actually takes a lot of practice because otherwise you'll get like this kind of slow retreating nair. But if you want the full momentum one, you'll have to like really make sure you get that down angle DI when you're jumping backwards, like down and back when you jump out of shield. You can also, you know, you can nair and face forward, like nair while moving forward, same thing. Obviously, if someone is behind your shield, you want to jump back air out of shield right away. And what's important is, if you didn't know about this, but if you've been playing Smash long enough, I'm sure you know that if you drop shield and back air, compared to if you hold shield and then jump out of shield back air, it's way faster because of shield drop frames. In this game, I think shield drop frames are like kind of ridiculous. They add, it's like 7 frames that you gain by doing just hold shield and don't let go of it and jump back air, as opposed to if you hold shield, let go, and then back air. You're 7 frames faster if you're holding shield and then jump back air while still holding the shield. So that's, in terms of out of shield options, you're going to want to do aerials out of shield while still holding the shield and not letting go. You can also up air. Again, most commonly, if someone's behind you, you're going to back air. But if they're too short, you're going to want to probably get out of there. So you might just want to just jump away. So jump away, probably going to be the most key thing for you to do as DK. Generally, jump backwards. Just get his giant hurt box out of there so you're not being pressured. But I'll try to point out situations where I feel like I'm pressuring your shield and you might be pressing attacks, but the problem is that DK's frame data is not good enough to stand up to a lot of people's pressure on your shield. So you either have to hold shield longer to withstand pressure, and then maybe do something like an up B out of shield to armor their next button, or you just have to respect it and then just get out of there and reset. Those are like the 2 most important things you can do with DK. Or, of course, if you are good at the parries, you could parry and then get your grab, parry and then get your punch, whatever you want to do afterwards, once you have the frame advantage. Alright, let's do it.
You really don't think that DK has a frame data? I mean, like a lot of his tilts and the aerials, like, are
out of
less than
shield.
frame 10.
Out of shield, absolutely not. If you're fighting someone like, let's just talk about frame data for a second. If you're fighting someone like Lucina, Lucina lands on your shield with a neutral air. Her neutral air is minus such a small number that the problem is that the fastest option that most characters have out of shield is a shield grab. For DK, the fastest thing he can do out of shield is a short hop up B, and that's frame 7, and it's really hard to do. His grab, I believe, is frame 12. But that's not considering shield stun. If someone hits you with the neutral air and they space it perfectly with Lucina, 100 times in a row, they will be able to spot dodge and your grab will whiff because you're stuck in shield stun and they're able to act first. So that's what it really comes down to: people hitting your shield, they're being shield stun, and they're not minus enough for you to be able to punish them. So one of the major things you have to do in Smash Ultimate is you have to read spot dodges. Because most people, what they'll do is they're like, alright, I'm going to land an aerial right in their face, and there's 2 main things that they're going to do. They're going to press their fastest button, which is a jab, which will beat your grab, or they're going to spot dodge your grab and then hard punish you with a spot dodge canceled forward smash or something like that. So that requires you to be really smart and patient in shield, which means you have to hold it a little bit longer, and you have to also make a read. So the problem with DK is that when he's being pressured on his shield, he doesn't have anything fast enough. Nowadays, he does have up B out of shield is frame 5 super armor. However, that will still lose to grabs. It will armor their jab button though. So if you know that Lucina is gonna nair into jab right away to try to like interrupt you, which they shouldn't do because her jab really doesn't follow up into anything, but they might do like, you know, they might space the nair and then do a down tilt or something. That's generally like more along the lines of what will happen. So if they do a nair and then a down tilt, you can block the nair, read the fact that they're going to press another button, and then armor the down tilt and punish them. If you try to do anything else other than like maybe jump back or roll back, you're going to get eaten up by that down tilt, unless if you parry the second hit of their nair. So it depends on how good your parrying game is, but a lot of characters in this game, especially the high and top tier characters, their landing areas on shield are not something that DK can punish. Even just shield grabbing in this game, unless if you're fighting another character that has not as good frame data as the top tiers, you won't be able to shield grab things like ZSS nair on your shield. She can nair as low as possible and you try to grab and you'll miss because she'll be jabbing you already. Same thing with Fox. I'm sure you've noted that about Fox. When you fight Fox, you try to grab him, you're just getting hit by his jab. And that's because DK's frame data is just not fast enough, and the nair from Fox is too good on shield because of the added shield stun in this game. So you'll have to be more patient. You'll have to know that they're going to press more buttons. So you're going to have to respect not just nair, but you have to respect the next button that they press, which might be jab, it might be up tilt. If they up tilt with as Fox, that's punishable by down air out of shield. You just have to know which buttons are punishable that they're pressing. If they're nairing on your shield as a top tier character with good frame data, it's not punishable. But if they press another button as a quick pressure option to try to like keep hitting you, like some Foxes will like nair cross up and then like up tilt, they can't get away with that. So you probably won't be able to react to the first up tilt, but if they nair cross up and do up tilt and they're about to press another one, you can wait out the first up tilt and then down air out of shield, which is kind of hard to do. I would use C-stick for that. You want to make sure you get, yeah, I use the trigger jump for it. Yeah, you want to like do it like as fast as possible. Some options, that is actually an underrated option for DK out of shield that a lot of people don't use. DK's down air hits on frame, let me just find it. Down air, his down air is active starting on frame 14. So if someone is minus 15 on shield, you'll definitely be able to hit them with a down air, but it requires obviously anticipation at that point. You're not going to be able to react and hit something within a 1 frame window. So that's why I say if they do a nair on your shield cross up into up tilt into a second up tilt, you know the second up tilt's coming, you blocking the first one, you're anticipating the second up tilt, so you can down air out of shield, which both avoids their next up tilt and also punishes them. Because DK like pulls his foot up out of the way and then slams down on Fox. So it's like things like that. Those are like really, really specific situations, but again, I guarantee you, if you fight a Lucina, say on like quick play or something, and they nair with poor spacing into your shield, they're now in a panic situation. But you're in a rock, paper, scissors situation, believe it or not, because if you try to grab, you're gonna miss, because they're gonna hit you or they're gonna spot dodge. So you wanna be a little bit more patient in shield, read the spot dodge, punish, read whatever their panic button is that they're trying to hit your shield with. And that's just, again, it really depends on what kind of characters are you fighting on quick play. Are you fighting other heavies? Then you're going to be able to get away with a lot more stuff, and you're going to be able to shield grab them a lot more. But against the top tiers in this game, you cannot shield grab them. You have to wait for their next option. And that's why shield is not that good with DK in this game. If you can avoid it, don't even worry about shielding. Space your attacks. If you're fighting Fox, if you run up to him and shield, you're going to lose. He's going to vortex you and blow you up. You're going to have to do things like, oh, Fox is running up to me. Let me do run up, jab, jab to interrupt his dash before he gets his dash attack out. Use the intangibility on your fist to hit him first. So that's, Smash Ultimate is more like a fighting game in that sense, where running up and blocking is not nearly as good as it used to be in Smash 4. It's like run up, power shield, grab. You can't do that stuff anymore. It's not that good, because parry still gives you cooldown frames, so you won't be able to act if someone's, say, throwing a projectile at you. That's something else I wanted to talk about. If you are trying to parry, 2 things that are really important for you to do. If you're trying to parry specific things like, say, Palutena, she's a pain in the ass. If you want to parry her back air, you can make it a lot easier, because when she's doing rising back airs or even falling back airs on you in neutral, if you crouch, it lowers your hurt box by half. And then now when you shield, you stand back up. So what that does is now if her back air is above your head and you shield, you're going to parry. Or you're going to at least block it. Whereas if you, and the other thing is if you're running and you try to dash, DK's shield coming out of a dash is extremely poor in terms of frame advance, how fast it comes out. I think it's like frame 15 or something like that. You're not able to act out of a dash with the shield right away. Like when you commit to a dash, you have to take a hit before you can shield. Whereas if you're walking, your shield comes out frame 1. So walking is incredibly important if you want to microspace your way in and shield. Kind of like Brawl. Think of like Brawl Falco lasers. Walk shield, walk power shield, walk power shield.
Yeah, yeah.
Think of it like that. That's what parrying, that's the best way to parry in this game to get in. And, you know, you can take like big steps. You don't have to do micro steps because DK has a very good walk speed. Get to your max walk speed, and then, you know, you can make quite a bit of distance. Whereas if you dash, you're committed to moving quite a bit of a distance before you can get the shield out. And that, you won't think it's a big thing, but 15 frames is a huge thing if you're dashing at someone and you try to get a shield out, because they will be able to dash attack you instantaneously, and now you're in disadvantage. But yeah, what I was talking about before, like parrying moves, like say versus ZSS Nair, Palutena forward air, Palutena back air, crouching, reduce your hurt box, helps parrying. So walk, you can walk, crouch. Sometimes you'll have to do this in these matchups. You'll have to walk, crouch, shield, walk, crouch, shield, walk, crouch, shield. Again, when it comes to lessons, I start talking about this stuff and it all makes so much sense, but I don't even use this stuff enough myself because we like to play the matchups where we don't have to do things like that. But against the top tiers, their frame advantage on shield is so good that you have to do everything you can to try to maximize your parry situations. So that's just something I wanted to talk about in terms of micro spacing. Walking is top tier. Dashing is great for closing space for DK and for following up and like burst options, but if you're dashing too much in neutral, you will get destroyed by zoning characters like Young Link, Toon Link, Duck Hunt, Mega Man. If you dash in those matchups, Villager, you just lose. You will not be able to get in. It's hard. You need to be able to do those walking parries in the zoning matchups. But anyway, we got 3 minutes left. I just wanted to give that little speech. Feel free to refer back to it. I'm going to send you this highlight. I think all that stuff is really useful and just kind of underused by a lot of DKs in terms of like optimizing your neutral defensive play, which is something that I think you could definitely focus on a little bit more. Microspacing more in neutral, playing a little bit more patient in neutral. And that's kind of the way that I like to play the Ditto. I like to play really passive until I get the hit, and then like go ham after that. Wow, that jab caught me on you. Ooh, that was a good air.
Oh!
Oh yeah, that's so good. At low percent, if you get double back air, it actually does combo into grab. It's so good.
Well, I attack canceled that, I think.
Oh, nice. See, there you go. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, caught you attacking a little bit too much there. Mix-up option from ledge, that's really good on bigger characters, again, because the up B usually just catches you. Even if you shield, it'll catch you.
Oh, I could have maybe dashed through that.
Nice. I hadn't thrown it out yet, so I was like, is he ready for it? But you were. Nice.
No!
I had to throw it out because
I know.
I was
Yeah,
trying to
there's no
win,
risk,
but
there's no risk.
I was also hoping that you would do something aggressive from the ledge. Whereas
I don't remember what I did.
I think you did get up attack.
I think
but
I did land. Did I? I thought I did like landing in air or something stupid.
I don't actually remember, but okay. Well, anyway, I'm down to do one more best of 5. We did a lot of like talking about things, but I feel like we covered basically everything. We didn't go into edgeguarding too much, so
No, I feel like I'm like okay with that. Like,
yeah.
Obviously, you have like a lot more knowledge in this matchup than me, so like obviously, anything I try to do, I feel like you're gonna just stuff it out or.
Well, it all just comes down to if you're recovering low and I read it, I'm gonna get you. But if you're recovering, if you can call out that I'm trying to cover the low recovery and you recover high, now all of a sudden you're punishing me because you're hitting me with a mix up, early up B. So it's all about mixing up your recovery yourself and catching on to those mix up from the other players as well. And that's again an example right there of why you should mash, because I was only at 50, but I was able to get away from what you would normally be able to follow up there. But because I was mashing, I got away from it. Oops. Oh, you already. There's an application of that ledge reverse charge mix-up. It makes you think that I'm gonna land on your shield with a back air, but you can do mix-ups out of it. You can do side B.
What happened?
Oh, I don't know. Did our connection die?
Yeah,
it may have DC'd.
happened.
Is this Nintendo's fault? Because it looks like I'm not dropping frames. I still hear you perfectly on Discord. It could be a Nintendo server issue. So I'll just recreate the room. No problem.
Alright.
I'll just make a brand new one.
Oh, hold on.
So new arena.
It still says my internet's up.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. It just took a while.
Alright, so I'm creating a new arena. I'll give you the new arena ID.
Step into the ring.
There you go. And the other thing is that before committing to an edge guard off stage, of course, you want to make sure that they have their resources spent. And by that, it's either, their double jump in this matchup or versus, say, again, I like to use ZSS as an example. You don't want to go after her ever off stage if she has her down B, but if you know she doesn't, because she's already used it, and she also has no jump, that's when it's free to edge guard her. But you have to know how many resources they have and how many they've spent before it's worth going out there to try to edge guard. But then when you do know, you can clean up the edge guards. But anyway, let's do a best of 5 to finish our session today. Nice. That was a good mix up because I was covering low. That was probably going to be a forward smash any other time. But luckily, that wouldn't have killed me because I was only at 28. So it wasn't the worst thing that could have happened. You still got some damage. I wasn't going to die. I would have took like 30 though. Mostly because Kalos is huge. Nice. Oof. So I went high there because I knew that you were in a position to cover low perfectly. So I had to go high there. Tried. that's just like, you know, again, a Kalos specific thing. Every character in the game gets a perfect downer lineup from that platform.
Yeah.
It's like free. That's why it's not a good stage for DK versus most characters. Because, yeah, he gets it, but like, when else are you going to be able to land a downer except against DK himself? Or maybe like Bowser, maybe, you know? Any other character, it's way better for them. Like Pikachu on this stage, all day to just wait there, drop down air you from anywhere, and it's really tough. So I usually like to ban that one. Nice, I like the jump away. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
It's your muscle memory. It's muscle
my,
memory. It's muscle memory. You
I
won't be
even
able.
knew it in my head, I was like, I'm gonna F tilt right here, and then sure enough.
You just gotta be clear on pressing forward and A and holding it now. It's gonna take time to adjust, but I promise that you will. Muscle memory for however many years of not changing that is hard to override it, like immediately.
Yeah.
Nice, good weight.
I tried to cancel that because I knew you were gonna go for another back air.
Oh, that was good. That was good coverage. I did a fast fall right there. Yeah, I've noticed that consistently when I rush ledge and then I dash away to make it look like I'm not covering ledge anymore, you're reacting. It might be buffered. Like when I'm close to ledge, you're rolling, and that's, again, I think it's tied into not waiting long enough on ledge, because you still have invincibility frames when you're sitting there, especially if you're at like under 100. You still have quite a bit of invincibility, so you don't have to select an option yet. So what I'm trying to do is like wait out your invincibility, rush ledge to make you want to get on stage really fast. So that's why you go for the roll. But again,
yeah, I'm just not used to the,
it's not really even like a conditioning thing. It's just like, I'm just gonna dash in and then dash out, and if you happen to roll, I'll react to it and punish. Just because DK's roll is not so great. Other characters can get away with the roll, but DK not so much. Nice. Ooh, yeah, that killed me. Oh, yeah.
I thought that was barely gonna hit you.
That was close. Too greedy. Ooh, good. Okay. Yeah. If you had been mashing there, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So what I recommend for mashing, don't worry about destroying your face buttons like how most people do. You can keep it really easy. You can mash, and then before, like during the throw animation, in order so that your DI is correct, you can hold the correct direction. So what I do is I rotate on the stick really, really fast, and then sure, that's gonna mess up your DI if you don't react to the throw animation. If you know that they're not going for a stage spike with that throw, and they're trying to go as deep as possible, it's worth it for you to try to just rotate the stick really fast. And then if they do decide to throw you, then you stop rotating and you hold up and in. So you can react and do both of those things. And in that case, it's actually not worth it to not mash, because if you don't, they can actually kill you as early as like 70, 80, 90%. They can just drop really, really low. But if you do mash and the DK still inputs the throw, especially on Wi-Fi, and you're mashing out really fast, you can catch them buffering a down air. You can footstool them. If you mash fast enough against DK, you can get out and then jump and footstool him before he does anything, and then he's dead. So that's like matchup specific, you know, DK Ditto stuff. But again, versus things like Inkling Roller, if you don't mash out fast enough, again, that buries you for a long time. ZSS Berry actually got nerfed, so if you mash out of it, you actually can get away, not unscathed, but without them getting as hard a punish as possible. Or you might be able to get away before they can do the run up B to you, because it actually got nerfed. Right. So it is important. Versus Inkling, I would say if you don't mash, they get to charge their smash, which will probably end up killing you. Whereas if you do mash, they have to just run up and do it right away, and you have a better chance of surviving that. But yeah, I know I was just spitballing a lot of stuff. It's a lot to take in. We did change your controls around, so that's going to take some adjusting, but definitely practice the attack cancel stuff. You were already getting it. Again, you can do it out of a walk. You can do it out of a foxtrot, those quick dashes, the multi-dashes. And the reverse charge cancel stuff from ledge, that again is very technical, takes a lot of practice. If you practice it offline, you'll have a lot more success than with us practicing it online, because it's very input heavy. So
right.
You'll get better at that. And again, the reverse charge canceling when you're recovering, as opposed to swinging with down Bs and forward airs, those will work on people that are super overcommitting, but those generally only catch them if they're being like outranged by the down B. The forward air usually only catches people if they're just running off the stage and they just barely get off the stage. But if they have gotten, but if they wait it out in any sort of way, with like just waiting for you a little bit, you're gonna swing and a miss, and then you have big extended hurt boxes. And then generally with fair, you're like holding forward and then you're holding back to space it. So when you get hit, you're dying because you're holding toward the blast zone. I know exactly how that is. It's literally swinging for the fences. It works out sometimes. It can catch people when they're barely just drop zoning off the stage trying to chase you. But again, 9 times out of 10, always going to be better to do lightly press away, let go, press B as quickly as possible to get the reverse charge cancel, and then double jump back air. And something else I like to point out, which is more advanced once you get good at that, if you don't have a fully charged punch, but you have like a mostly charged punch, you can do that same thing, the reverse charge cancel, and let your punch charge all the way. And now you don't have to cancel it, but with jump anymore. You can wait, do whatever you want. But now you're facing the other way, and you have access to back air whenever you want. So keep in mind how much of your charge you have, because if it's almost full, you can just DI away, let go, press B, and now you're facing the blast zone, and you don't have to spend your double jump right away, which is the main drawback of even using that, is that you have to jump. So I think that's really, it's pretty advanced. Again, I still don't use it myself unless I'm like really in the zone, and because it's almost always better just to have your punch fully charged. Because if you do, you can just use that to help you recover. It's like stay facing forward, fall, put a punch like right in that spot right before they're about to run off into it, because they have to respect it. Like punch right on the ledge, fall underneath a little bit, jump up B, and then you'll be fine. And they have to just respect it, you know, because you have super armor. But yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of stuff to talk about. The edge guarding specifically, obviously in this matchup, it's gonna feel brutal when the edge guarding is happening. If you miss an edge guard, you're getting put in a really bad situation. The main thing that you can do, the best thing that you can do to set up recursive edge guards is to, I noticed sometimes you were doing the cargo forward throws just to position me off stage, but I would argue that it's almost always better if they're, especially if they're at like 60, 70, 80% and you get a grab near ledge, just drop off the stage just a little bit with cargo down throw. And if you space it right, you can actually drop in the perfect spot where your cargo down throw will bounce you up and then you just hold in and he'll grab ledge right after. So you can drop off, cargo down throw, grab ledge. And now they're in a position where you're on the ledge and you can just let go of the ledge and back air them if they go low. Or if they go mid to high, you can cover all of those. You just have to wait and react. That's the hard part. If you decide to commit, like I think they're gonna go low, and you drop from ledge back air, now you're in a shitty situation if they went mid or high, because they're gonna get back to the ledge before you, and you're gonna get reverse edge guarded. If you wait and you see that they're going mid, you can just let go of ledge and back air at the right timing to stuff them out. If they go high, you can ledge jump off the ledge and back air. So everything is like a recursion of grab the ledge again, react to whether they went low, mid, or high, and then choose either ledge jump back air, release back air, or release and drop low back air. You can also cover mid-high-ish with release from ledge into double jump back air. That's probably the one that actually covers mid a little bit better. And then another one we didn't talk about, which is less committal than all of them. There's two things you can do. You can hold the ledge, let go by pressing back, jump onto the stage with back air. So DI forward and then press back C. So what that does is it would cover like a fox side being to try to snap to the ledge, which if you were still on the ledge, you wouldn't be able to hit him. But if you see it coming, or it kind of comes with a read, or when you know he has no resources left and he is in a spacing where he's probably going to side B, then you release ledge, jump on stage, space your back air to cover that ledge spot, and then jump back on the stage. You can also do it with Nair, which I think is much more consistent because it lingers, and it's a lot easier input-wise, because you just let go, jump onto the stage with Nair. Make sure you hit them with the reverse side of it to push them back off the stage. Now, if they have to side B or up B again, you can easily get a free back air or spike setup even, because they're so far out. So a lot of it is, in terms of edge guarding, getting a grab, dropping decently low with cargo down throw, then jumping back to the ledge, and then just get those back air situated. They're guaranteed back airs. You just have to react to which direction they're going. And you can't, it's not worth reading it, you know? You have to wait and wait for them to use their jump, and then be like, okay, now they have to up B, so I know when I should use my back air, and at either low, mid, or high. And that's the best way I can kind of describe just like fundamental edge guarding with DK, especially on characters with linear horizontal recoveries. Of course, it's not always going to be the same versus everyone, but yeah, that's the best way I can explain that. And again, I'm gonna throw this video into a highlight for you. If you'd like to make it easier for you to digest the information, I can also upload it to YouTube and give it to you. I generally do it in a private link, unless if you don't mind me posting it publicly. But for the most part, for the students, okay, yeah. For the most part, I give you the choice there. So yeah, I'll upload it to YouTube so that way it's easier for you to like watch it, cast it to a TV, whatever you want to do to watch it. Watch it on your phone, easier. Again, I know it's a ton of things, but a lot of things for you to practice. You got that new muscle memory to work on. All the new things you can do with tilts. You can do the running, sliding F tilt. So to do it, reverse aerial rush, back air, right? You do run, turn, pivot, back air. Same thing, except when you're doing the pivot on the ground now with your C stick set to attack, you're gonna hold back. You're not gonna let go. So you dash, do the pivot, and hold back. and don't let go, and then press C stick in the direction that you want to forward tilt. So what happens is you continue your forward momentum because you're sliding on the ground, and now you're forward tilting forward still. So instead of stopping and forward tilting, you get all of your dashing momentum in the slide and then the forward tilt. And it doesn't seem like a big thing, but characters that benefit from that the most, I think, are characters that have really good, obviously, sliding animations, but all the heavies, Bowser, DK, K-Rool, they all benefit from that tremendously, especially Bowser and K-Rool, because their F-tilts are kill moves. So, and they're a little stubbier than DK's, so they get to slide and then kill you. And with K-Rool, he gets to armor and then kill you while sliding. So and that's a tech chase too. That's a tech chase on when people roll away. Really good though for DK because you can F tilt into slide F tilt into run slide F tilt. You can keep doing it until you push them off the stage, and now they're in a bad situation. So, but yeah,
All right.
yeah, man. I know there's a lot of just stuff to throw at you all at once, but I wanted to make sure because we like you said, we haven't played in 8 years. I haven't really analyzed your play style in a long time, but
yeah, I know. I play like super aggressive. I don't know. I just love I don't know. I just like being like that big body, like brute that's just like in your face, doesn't give a fuck about anything.
The brute force. I can tell from the forward airs. The forward air is all about brute force.
Like the first one off stage, you're like, oh wow, I haven't seen this move in like 11 months.
Again, forward air. There's nothing wrong with it when you use it correctly, and by that I mean not overusing it. You don't want to overuse it.
Right.
It's good out of aero cargo up throw forward air for damage from like 40 to like 60%. It's like guaranteed. I was doing that up quite a bit to you for damage instead of up airs to keep the up air fresh. Also, retreating forward airs in neutral. If you find yourself like, okay, I'm facing forward, they're running at me. Forward air has a nice disjoint on the fists now. It spikes quite a bit in front of it. So if you fully retreat that and land the spiking hitbox and fast fall into the ground, you can catch people sleeping that are dashing at you, and from a range that they won't expect because it has nice range.
Right.
And it's better
I remember when this game first came out. I remember I used to do a lot of like foxtrotting, like forward air, down tilt, like grab, like cargo up there. Like I used to do like a lot of like dashing around like fairs and stuff, and they used to catch people so much, dude.
But yeah, just play around with the new control scheme, the attack cancels, the tilt stuff. Get used to your hard punish smashes.
Yeah, I'll lose a couple of weeks.
What gives you more time to think too when you break someone's shield? First thing you should do, fully charge your punch. That'll give you some time to think about your inputs that's coming next. Like, okay, because it's always optimal. If you don't have punch, just charge it. You have time. And then you can jump up on the platform. You can nudge them over. You can take a few steps back. Charge your forward smash. You have time to do all that, given that you're fast enough.
I feel like I have like no time against you though, because like I'm hearing you mashing like a motherfucker. Like I feel like I have like 3 less seconds versus you versus everybody else.
That's just a psychological thing, because like the mashing does help, but you still have like a full 5 seconds before even at like max mashing speed. Yeah, you have plenty of time to punish me.
I feel like you have like a passive or something. Like nobody else has it.
Think about it this way though. Like if I'm at 28% and you have no rage and you're gonna charge a forward smash on me, that's not even the best thing that you can do. You can fully charge a punch, get up on the platform with me, do a full jump, fast fall, full jump, down air, fast fall late into the ground. Now you have frame advantage. You can get grab off that. You can get back airs off that. Like if I'm in front of you, you can do fully charged punch, nudge me over a little bit, full jump, down air, attack cancel, back air, back air. That does way more damage than a forward smash would do by itself. If you know you're not going to get the kill, just think about optimizing damage instead. You can also, if someone's at like 25, 30, 35%, 40%, you can charge a punch depending on how tall the character is. If they're tall enough, you can get short hop, up air, fast fall, jump, punch, and that's guaranteed. Or same thing, like short hop, up air, fast fall, back air, back air, back air.
Yeah.
So
I feel like his F smash like sucks compared to like
it's bad. It's bad.
Smash 4. Yeah, I feel like all 3 of them are, except
Bowser?
the up smash, but yeah.
Oh yeah, DK smash says yeah. No, DK's up smash is
Yeah.
very powerful now. His down smash, really not that
Well,
good.
I feel like his up smash is good just because it covers a lot of like options, because a lot of people are jumping like above you now, like if you cross you up, like I feel like it's really good at catching that. Like if you don't want to go for up air, like if you know you're gonna get the kill.
Yeah,
it's a lot more
the up smash
control,
also
like,
scoops. Something I'd like to point out. The up smash scoops pretty well. If you something that's kind of interesting that I like to point out too is that with say if you're fighting a standing wolf and you break his shield and you want to hit him with an up. This is a bad example, but say if you wanted to do an up smash on a standing wolf because you read that he was gonna drop shield or like land next to you or something. If you do a running up smash to wolf, it'll whiff. But if you do a running turnaround up smash, it'll hit him. So there's something about the reverse part of DK's up smash that actually scoops them better. Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
No, I didn't know it either until I messed around with it recently. I still don't use it much, but it could give you that little extra scoop that you need to clip them off the ground into getting the up smash. But regardless, the up smash covers platforms extremely well. Like if you catch someone laying down on a platform, chances are if you charge an up smash perfectly in the middle on certain platforms lengths like Battlefield, they're gonna hit them no matter what they do. So it's really good for that situation. But yeah, it's
And also like you get the token from off the down B.
Yes. And the difference there again is now you're gonna have to do up A and like accurately press it, because if you hold up and press A, you'll get up tilt because you have tap jump off, and it'll prioritize up tilt over up smash. You just gotta get used to hard pressing those punishes. And if they DI away on the down B when you're falling, make sure you react and dash up A, which can be a little bit hard to execute accurately, but again, just take some practice. But yeah, dude. No, your DK is solid. Your advantage state was very, 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 very good. That's because you're a very aggressive player. So the way that you might have noticed that I was playing against you is I was playing pretty passive in neutral a lot of times. I was doing a lot of jump backs. Jump back neutral air down B in case if you did a dash attack or a dash grab.
Waiting for me to make an option.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to run in.
I've always felt like you played like that. Like I've always felt like you're the type of player that like you wait for that one moment and then you just explode on them.
Yeah.
But I've always felt like you've been like that, like very like a technical player that you've always waited for that one chance to go in, and you go in hard. Like you don't care at all. Like I've always felt, because specifically back then, like when we back then in Brawl, I used to watch you play against Falco, and you would throw him off stage, wait for him to side B, throw him off again. Like you're one of those players, like you force people to make options that they don't want to make.
Yeah, and that's part of DK's strength too, is because his neutral, not so great. His disadvantage, awful. His advantage state is really scary, so you have to push it to the maximum.
Like
once you earn it.
Specifically are like that.
Yeah.
You know.
And also in this game, like when you get a hit with DK, he has incredible tools. He can trip you with down tilt. Guess what? That's guaranteed side B. That's guaranteed grab. That's guaranteed dash attack. That's guaranteed punch. That's a lot of things.
Guaranteed
you just have to.
For the disrespect,
Yeah, you just have to know based on their percent what is the right thing for you to do. Now that they tripped, I'm gonna do this. Maximize my combo. Put them off stage. Like if you get a down tilt trip and they're in perfect percent, dash attack, back air, back air. If they pick the wrong option, like if you saw them mashing their jump, you can continue to back air them and now they're dead. If they like to air dodge, sometimes you'll only get the first back air true. Even if the second one's true, if you know they like to air dodge, you can do dash attack, back air, wait for air dodge, drop low, double jump, down air. If you know what they're going to do at a disadvantage, DK's advantage is that explosive. It's crazy. He's like a 0 to death character if you're doing it right. So, and that just comes with practice, with just execution on the attack cancel back airs, and like a situational awareness of their percent and stuff like that.
Yeah, and of course because you're heavy, like you're at like 120%, so now you kill them at 70%, like easily. Like just things like that. That's why I love Big Body so much. It's like, you might get beat up to like 100%, but try killing me. if you don't kill me, you're dead first. Like.
And keep in mind now, when you're catching missed techs and stuff, don't do dash attacks, don't do down Bs. If they're in percents like 40, 50%, and they're bouncing on the ground missing a tech, and you have your giant punch stocked, run, use that down C now with the tilt, lock, down tilt. You could do it twice. So you run, down tilt, you can take a step, down tilt, punch. You just want to make sure you're close enough to them, because they can SDI the down tilt away so that the punch whiffs. Because punch doesn't have great range in this game.
If it puts them in a lock situation?
Yes. Yeah. Down tilt punch is guaranteed on most characters. Some characters will low profile it, so keep that in mind. That's annoying.
Z-axis thing,
like just because it might not work on like ZSS when she bounces in a certain animation, because she's so thin, it might just whiff over her or something. So
just another stupid thing about that character.
So in that case, keep that in mind and just punch in the beginning, because everyone, when they miss the tech, they bounce, and that makes it easier for them to hit. But
right.
If they bounce and then you down tilt lock them, now they're not bouncing anymore. So when they're laying down like that, the punch might whiff. So that's like character situational stuff. If you're fighting a bigger character, don't worry about it. You're gonna be able to get down tilts. You're also gonna be able to do it longer because they're heavier. So
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You got it. Yeah, I just tried to give you as many tips as I could, like things that optimizing all these situations, and like your movement should get better with the attack cancels. Your burst options will get better because now you don't have just the grounded burst options. You have back air, explosive back air, and neutral.
Right. Yeah. Thanks, man.
You got it. No problem. No problem. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight this and upload it to YouTube as soon as I can. I'll message you again here on. Generally, I like to post everything on Discord because I can also pin that for you. If you check on the top, the pin messages, that way you'll always see it. So. All right, man.
Discord, do you?
I have a Discord, yes. And you are a sub, so you can join it. It's a sub Discord. Yeah, so you just go to user settings, go to connections. Let me see, turn this off for a second. Go to user settings on the bottom, the gear, go to connections, and then you connect your account to Twitch if you haven't done that yet. And if you do, it usually takes a little while to refresh, and then you'll see my Discord and you can join it right away.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah, it's not too difficult. As long as you're subbed, you can join it right away. And that goes for anyone in the chat too. You guys can go ahead, hop in my Discord, keep up to date with everything. But again, Shawdy, again, it was a lot of fun. It's been a while. I'm glad to see the DK rocking it out. And
yeah, man, he's always been like a secondary and dormant. Like I used to always play him for fun and stuff. But Smash 4 like was where I was like, because I played a lot of doubles, and I didn't really like Link that much in doubles.
Right.
And I loved Smash 4 doubles. I can literally play that like all day, just because of like how much fun I used to have. Like
Smash 4 doubles
combos.
So good. It was so good.
Yeah, Smash 4 doubles like compared to this like Ultimate doubles, so much better. Like.
Ultimate doubles is like your teammate gets a throw and there's like a 10% chance that you'll get a follow-up because it's so hard to react to the balloon knockback. It's so hard to get a follow-up. Whereas everything was like set in stone in Smash 4. It's like, okay, this grab into this hit into a 0 to death. Like you can, and it had to be interrupted by the teammate.
It was just like cool, like just to see like the cool like dynamic teams like with just like the cool down throw, like the footstool combos, like just everything about Smash 4 doubles was like better.
Yeah, I miss it. I definitely miss it.
It's so hard like to get follow-ups, and like there's not that many like ping pong combos you see like nowadays. I mean, I guess it's cool for like the big bodies because they don't get like comboed and that aspect, but they're still getting beat up.
Exactly, they're still getting beat up because they're big bodies and doubles, but. Yeah, no, I feel that. Like, as DK sitting back, that's, like, what he has to do, usually. And now when he does that, if you miss your follow-up when your teammate hits you, that's it. Like, you didn't do anything. And now your teammate, your point character teammate is just getting bodied. So it's almost like, I feel like I don't like DK. I actually don't even play DK that much in teams in this game. It sucks because he's just not as good because of the fact that you can't get the guaranteed follow-ups out of things. that easy. So I feel like it's almost better for you to throw your body around with DK, and teams just like dash attack, up B constantly, just apply pressure.
Yeah, that's why I like doubles. Like that's why I still play DK in doubles, because like that's exactly how I play.
That's how you have to play him, and I hate playing that way because it feels like I have to turn my brain off. But it works. It works though. It works in teams.
Yeah.
It just doesn't match my play style in teams. I like to play passive in teams, so that's why I think Bowser's a better fit for me.
Yeah, because you just wait for.
Bowser gets to still play Smash 4. I don't know if you know that. The reason I started playing Bowser in this game is because he feels like Smash 4. You can run up and shield, and then up B out of shield, run up and shield, side B behind you when they try to cross you up. Like, he gets to play Smash 4 still. It's crazy. But anyway, thank you for coming through. Appreciate the support. And if you have any questions about anything, you know, just hit me up. I'll always talk about DK stuff with you. So.
Yeah. All right, bro.
All right, GG's. Thanks for coming through. Peace, man.
See ya, bro.